Hi all, welcome to the Marketing Podcast Club, M-Talk. Today here with us we have Mr. Prajwal. He hails from a very renowned SAS company. Your experience and your hands-on experience is being towards the SAS business, and you being on the other side of the student side, how does it feel to come back to Kengeri campus, which is your own home ground, and address the students? So how does it feel to be back here?
Firstly, thank you for this opportunity. Very happy to be here. And so when I joined, we did not have such extracurricular activities like podcasts and talk and etc. So definitely new for me. Very excited. Happy to be back to my own campus.
Yeah, we are delighted to have you also here. So that brings me to my next question. So before you had joined MBA or Christ and you didn't know where to go, which specialization to take, what intrigued you to take marketing as a specialization? Because first couple of times it was just generic MBA, right? So how did you choose which one to take and what you thought was your calling?
So I did my BBA, and in my UG college I had the option of picking specialization. So I think that's where I got inclined towards marketing. And picking marketing in my MBA felt like the natural route to do. And also my skill sets fit better in marketing role. My friend just said me as being creative and all this stuff. So if you can communicate and are creative, I think marketing is a good domain. So towards that, since my skill sets aligned and so my BBA also helped me, that is the role.
Okay, so you tell that you were already being made ready to go to marketing. So it was your innate nature you told. So and you were creative also at the same time, and that inclined and got it aligned to marketing. So yeah, I that brings me to my other question. Now the students think that they are very creative, and what if they go to corporate and start climbing the corporate ladder? So they're like, can my creativity be shown there? How can I get a perfect balance? So you told that you work on creative side and you work with data. I mean, we know that data is a very big digital asset right now. If you have data, you have everything. You can create out with it. So how do you use this data analytics and your creativity into a job? So if you spill some light on that.
Absolutely. So being creative is one part. Being creative professionally is another part.
Very true.
Right? So you can be, so creativity is all about your art and expression, etc. But how you translate it with the data that you have is a real life example is if, so as of now I do market study, which is different from marketing. But if I was in marketing, how it would work is, like you mentioned data, right? There's a lot of data that gives you direction.
Very true.
So data will tell you that this batch of demographics or this part of people is who you should target and this is what they like. So it's bound to you as a good marketer, you actually find, okay, this is the niche they like, so my marketing concept should be at that niche. Okay. And once you do that, you're hitting the good side.
Okay, so it's all working with the traditional SEP rule.
Correct.
This is what you tell. And data will give you a right direction to what to target for the SEPs, you say. So yeah.
In these days, right, when you talk about data is no more in the form of Excel sheets or raw columns and rows. It's all converted to policy reports, dashboards.
That is what the notion is right now.
Yeah.
We think it's all in Excel sheets.
Yes. So there's a lot of intelligent tools that do all of your operational work and come and tell you that, hey boss, this is what you need to create. So from there you pick it up and AI is also helping obviously.
Yeah, naturally we'll have a presumption that it will be preserved in that form. But yeah, as you told, data can be formed and preserved in some other form and we can work on with all the open networks there. So yeah, let's talk about marketing as a complete domain. So the trajectory is changing very fast. It's very volatile. So now that AI is coming to the picture as an elephant in the room, how do you want to see? How does it change the lives of people? And people are telling that, and they have a very bad opinion about AI coming and taking up the jobs of people. How can I secure my job? Is it AI that threatful for people? And in your line of business, you will obviously see a lot of automation, right? So how is it actually working over there?
So AI is playing a big part in automations, obviously. So to answer a general question, if AI is taking away jobs, not completely. If you say no also you're right, if you say yes also you're right. What that means is AI is helping you take away your routine tasks and converting data into insights so you can use those insights to make decisions. That's how AI is working as of today, at least. Being marketing specific, AI has two types, like more, predictive and generative. It has a lot of other types. These two are what generally we know. So in marketing, generative AI is very important because we all know NanoBanana and ChatGPT, etc. They're all helping you create those images, etc. But again, like I said, that is being creative. But if you want to be professionally creative, you need to have a layer between those two that find balance, right? A lot of advertisements, like companies like Credit, etc., they're using AI to produce their ads. But again, if you look at them, they all have a professional sense, and all of them have been, the idea is given by the humans, like prompts and prompt engineering, all that is happening. And when the AI is assisting you to create your vision, the vision is still humans. So that's how we bring balance between marketing and AI.
So you tell human touch is must, it's inevitable.
Absolutely. Especially if you are trying to communicate something from one human to another human, then a human can do best. But since that communication needs to look polished and should look superior, etc., AI can come and help do that.
Understood. So AI is all generative and it makes arbitrary decisions.
Correct.
But yeah, so as you said, humans will not be replaced. Only the monotonous tasks will be replaced, is what you say. So yeah.
Just add one point.
Sure. Please go ahead.
Today, I'm seeing scenarios where, let's say that there's an AI and the AI is able to handle issues that customers are bringing, and the value of that issue or the cost of that issue is, let's say, 10,000 rupees.
Okay.
Above 10,000 rupees, the AI will have a boundary set. Automatically push it to a human customer or anyone.
Okay.
Below that, it's the AI's only. That is one issue. And the other one is, sometimes AI does a lot of data analysis, and then you might find patterns that are not, it might hallucinate and find some patterns that are not off. So a human being sits and checks AI's data. So some immature companies that are still growing in technology might have these kind of issues. So to answer if AI is taking jobs away, not completely, like I mentioned, yes and no are both right answers.
Okay. So yeah, we completely understood how it is going to work. But yeah, 5 years down the lane, as it is being very bullish, it might change. It might become much more predictable, much more real time. So yeah, now I would like to talk about students' perspective. So as a student now, like placements are around the corner, and people who wants to thrive in their career and go up the corporate ladder, what are the skill sets that they want to inculcate now during the tenure of MBA or their PG degree? So what is the skill set and the most non-negotiable one and the most important skill sets that they acquire?
So the most non-negotiable that everyone must have is polished communication. If you can't express what you want to say or anything, it's a very basic skill to have. Communication is number one. Communication should be aided by storytelling. If you know how to speak but you don't know how to connect the dots, then it's going to be hard.
Okay.
Those two are, and then you have basics like understanding what marketing is. Understand the difference between marketing and what is market. Marketing is making awareness of a product. Market study is being aware of the market where you are doing your campaigns, etc. That's three as a marketer at least.
Yeah.
Number 4, I would say is, of course, I also mentioned AI, understanding AI. When I say understanding AI, it is there are very specific tools, existing tools that are implementing AI within them as a feature, right?
Okay.
So what are these tools doing and how AI is helping them? You need to be tech savvy because most of them can find courses on Coursera or Udemy, etc. And versus you who did an MBA, you might have the same skill set because they already did on Udemy. So that is another one. One of the most important skills that I think is marketing is trying to understand analytics and data. It's very important because if you don't know what the other person or the batch of demographic that you're looking at, if you don't know what they're looking for, then no matter how good your product is, it will never be pitched in the right way.
Okay.
So understanding data is also very important.
So you're asking us to work on three things first. It's about your prerequisites as your communication, all those requisites, and your subject knowledge.
Correct.
And the other thing would be how good you are in data and how good you are coping with the new marketing trends. And one more is work hard.
Correct.
You have to be smart enough and work hard also at the same time. So that will give you a breakthrough. So that will go fetch you places where you want to belong actually. So yeah, I'll give you a rapid fire question right now. So according to you, in your POV, what is marketing in today's world?
So in today's world, I think marketing is creativity to insights, insights to impact.
Okay, that's wonderful. I mean, it's hard to decode, but yeah, today the trajectory looks the same actually. So if you really want to go over there, you have to be very creative to stand out. Yeah. So yeah, what is the now? As I told, placement seasons are on the corner, and the pressure environment, the gas chamber is already come depleted.
Okay.
So, what would you suggest? What are the tricks and trades that you want to give to the students? I mean, just to evade all the pressure and the setbacks.
So I think first things first is evaluate where you are, like look at your CVs, look at the skills that you have, then match them to whatever jobs you want. If you find a gap, go get your upskill, right? Find those skills and add them to your CV. That's one. Number two is understand who's already done this. That is your mentors and your seniors. Take help from them. That's very important. Reaching out for help is hard for human beings, mostly because I can do it myself. GPT will help me, etc. But GPT is not really done it. It's just gathering information and bringing it to you. So ask a human being how it's not.
Okay.
That's two. And the third one is what I feel is if you're looking for particular jobs, go on LinkedIn, look up the job and see whatever people are working there, what is their skill sets, what is the JD of the job. Understand it beforehand, before the company itself comes in this. Because I believe practice is key. So you have to practice your answers, what you want to say, how would you put up stories, etc. So these three things should be good enough to get you a good job.
Understood. So you're telling instead of doing and experimenting on your own, if it is human, if it's real, it is stronger and more insightful because experience speaks out loud.
Absolutely.
So yeah. So that comes to the end of the questions, and thank you very much for joining. So yeah, hope to see you soon.
Absolutely. Thank you. Have fun.